All communication has two parts, a sender and a receiver. The sender has a message he or she intends to transmit, and she or he puts it in words, which, to her or him, best reflect what she or he is thinking. But many things can intervene to prevent the intended message from being received accurately. If the communication is verbal, tone of voice can influence interpretation. The boss's words, "Hey, I noticed you were taking an especially long break this morning," could be interpreted as an attack if she or he said that in a disapproving tone, while the comment might be seen as a minor reminder about office rules if it was said in a friendly way. If the employee has a health problem that sometimes requires long breaks, the comment might have even been a friendly inquiry about what was happening and whether the employee needed any help. Here, tone of voice as well as situational and relationship factors would influence the interpretation of the message. Nonverbal cues also are important. Is the sender's posture open and friendly, or closed and cold? Is his or her facial expression friendly or accusatory? All of these factors influence how the same words will be received. In addition to how the message is sent, many additional factors determine how the receiver interprets the message. All new information we learn is compared with the knowledge we already have. If it confirms what we already know, we will likely receive the new information accurately, though we may pay little attention to it. If it calls into question our previous assumptions or interpretation of the situation, we may distort it in our minds so that it is made to fit our worldview, or we may dismiss the information as deceptive, misguided, or simply wrong. If the message is ambiguous, the receiver is especially likely to clarify it for him or herself in a way which corresponds with his or her expectations. For example, if two people are involved in an escalated conflict, and they each assume that the other is going to be aggressive and hostile, then any ambiguous message will be interpreted as aggressive and hostile, even if it was not intended to be that way at all. Our expectations work as blinders or filters that distort what we see so that it fits our preconceived images of the world. An analogy can be made to an experiment that tested people's interpretation of visual cues. When people were given eyeglasses that turned the world upside down, they had to suffer through with upside-down images for a week or two. After that, their brains learned to reverse the images, so they were seeing things right side up again. The same thing happens when we hear something we know is wrong. Our brains fix it so that it appears as we expect it to.